Just then a lawyer stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he said, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" He said to him, "What is written in the law? What do you read there?" He answered, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." And he said to him, "You have given the right answer. Do this, and you will live." But wanting to justify himself, he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" Jesus replied, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell into the hands of robbers, who stripped him, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, while traveling, came near him, and when he saw him, he was moved with pity. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, having poured oil and wine on them. Then he put him on his own animal, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii, gave them to the innkeeper, and said, "Take care of him, and when I come back, I will repay you whatever more you spend." Which of these 3, do you think, was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers? He said, "The one who showed him mercy." Jesus said to him, "Go and do likewise." Daniel S. Tiger was a principal resident of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood for decades. But the deal with Daniel was not that he was a tiger. It was that despite his shy appearance and his wristwatch, he was not a tame tiger. Søren Kierkegaard was a Danish philosopher who lived in the mid-1800s. His work's been part of mainstream Christianity since about 1900. At the time of his writing, though, Kierkegaard stood outside of the general approval of the church. This was because he believed that current Christianity was too tame to be a life-changing choice. In Mr. Kierkegaard's neighborhood, everyone was Christian. But they were Christian like they were Danish, just born into it. So they took faith for granted, thought that they knew something about it, and generally tamed its more strident demands. Kierkegaard wanted to illuminate the faith, to make its distinctiveness and its extraordinary nature quite clear. He himself was a bit eccentric. He was both high-spirited and earnest, a combination the academics shunned in droves. Kierkegaard wrote that he attended a university course titled Reality, but he said it was like seeing a sign in a store window reading "Suits pressed here," only to find, after entering and taking off his clothes, that the store sold signs. He wrote 30 books. They detail what it means to be a human being and, more importantly, how one might choose to become a real Christian. The process, he emphasizes, isn't a natural one, not an outgrowth of the human spirit. Instead, our reason can show us that we have to leave behind our artifices and circumstances and stand alone in our irreducible individuality before religious truth can begin to make sense to us, before it can bring us hope and joy.